hello! It's a sleuthy Saturday because I feel like it, and Alex is gone. He is out of town. So I decided I was gonna do a little bit of The Roottrees Are Dead. I've never played it before, but I've heard some good things about it. I really don't know anything about this game. I think it's a mystery game where you are supposed to use like a Windows 98 XP to do some like Google searches and figure things out about this plane crash, it looks like. So on the newspaper it says, the plane crashed last night near Pittsburgh. The only passengers were Carl Roottree, his wife Brenda, and their 3 daughters, known as the Roottrees sisters. Oh, hello, Alex. Also, you lost. But 13, yeah, very spooky. I got 45, not great. So yeah, this plane crashed, these people died, we don't know anything else. And so we'll look things up on our little computer. I think this is a reading heavy game, which is why I chose to wait as a solo stream, because it's a little bit easier that way. And I know you're supposed to fill out like a family tree and stuff, so I'm really excited. I've heard good things, but not a whole lot of things, so I don't know. Oh, a new game. Alright, Rootree Mania. This mystery will unlock once you finish The Roottrees Are Dead. Sorry, I was being yelled at. That's fair. Okay, we'll begin here. Cute. I'll have to look and see what goes on with my camera placement of that. I like that. I thought it was maybe it was loading slow on purpose. I don't know. Do you think Tanya ever misses you?
Last night, just outside of Pittsburgh, is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation.
This is a real man?
Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers.
Oh my god.
There were no survivors.
I just wasn't expecting that.
For those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Oh my god, what is going on?
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees Company's lawyers are scrambling.
The lawyers are scrambling, Alex. Do you know?
Everything's about to change.
Disgusting.
Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for.
I can hear, I can tell that that's Ryan for sure. I mean, baffled ghost. A good thing everyone has very typical names in this friend group. There's no, God, what is it called? Yeah. Oh yeah. I think out of the friend group, you're the only one that uses that angled laughing emoji.
I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
I've dabbled. BRB banning.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Okay, so I hope this is not too complicated of a family tree. I've dabbled. It's not anything too crazy. But sometimes things can be confusing. Complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Oh, siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. Examine the evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Oh! I like this jazz music, by the way. We also, okay, so one of the Roottrees sisters is married. So, these look like clues. A got milk picture? This is what the person who hired you gave you this photo. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters. Got milk ad? It doesn't look like a milk ad to me, but I tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Rootree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." Okay. Oh, can I just like... Oh, yeah. Gotcha. So those are the sisters. Can I... No, let me see. This one's married. So this is the oldest one. You can see the ring. Oh, good job. Good job. Removing the timeout. Turtle, hello. How's it going? Alex is abusing his executive powers. Oh, you beat Alex. I still won, though. Welcome to second place. Okay, list of names. This list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. Okay. I didn't abuse my power. I was just a... No, I'm not. No, you're good. You're good. It was a good call. Good call. Oh my gosh. So I don't know what to do with this list of names yet. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to go to the board, though, and I'm going to say she's the oldest. We don't know anything else, though. And we don't know the spouse's name. I can gather her last name.
I'm shitting myself.
Wonderful. You had to go to the bathroom to avoid their rage. That makes sense. And we don't know her occupation. Can I just say Rootree wedding or something? Sorry, derailing your game as you were. It's okay. I had to wait for the internet to boot up anyways. So, Rootree. Let me just start that. Besides that, there's countless advertisements and companies about various products made by the Rootree Candy Company. Carl Rootree, who's the president, his daughter's also eulogized. Okay, so Carl Rootree died in a recent plane crash alongside his wife, Brenda. Their daughter's the sister. Well, I wanna hear the names of the sisters. He was the president of the Rootree Candy Company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. According to news sites, the Rootree Candy Company plans to put out a press release sometime within the hour to address the absence of Carl, the crash, and questions they've been receiving. Once you finish placing the sisters on the family tree, it'd be wise to repeat the search. Oh. Let me do Brenda. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress. That's Brenda White original. God damn it. The auction describes it a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. Jesus. Is it black and blue or white and gold? Okay, let's see. Let's try... Oh, clothing company. Is a clothing company. They make clothes for children, from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards target audience. One of them says, "You've spied the Rootree sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina." Can I my notepad. I can jot down information. Oh, okay. We got Riley, Rose, and Raina. That's so nice. Wonderful. I can rename this. This is just names. Cool. Okay. Highlight any text in your web browser for a quick option. Oh. That's nice. Hello, baffled ghost. Welcome back. You were never banned. You were just timed out. To be fair. Okay, we know what siblings and cousins are. Okay, yeah. Yes, okay. Well, let's see. Okay, you also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year, every year since 1984, and Raina appeared in almost all of them. Oh no. Oh, first and last name. Okay, Raina Roottrees. Oh, whoops. There's a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling career. David wants to know if Grace is coming to where? No, probably not. Oh, to the chat? No. I'll let her know. I'll let her boyfriend know too. You come across an unofficial Roottrees fan site seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text, and it's hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest. So Raina is the oldest. And got married to TMS. But Riley's the smart one. Okay, save. Riley's the smart one, Rose is the middle. So she's the youngest. Oh, good lord. She has a boyfriend? Yes, she does. Smart one. Youngest. And then we've got Rose. Middle. Not the smartest. You might think they're rich because they're models, but their dad is the president of the candy company and their mom, Brenda, is the fashion designer. Right, I'll just say Carl equals dad, Brenda equals mom, just to be clear. He's starting to jump out of the window. In the game. Oh, there's more. Let's see. You might think they're rich. I eat Roottrees candy all the time and try to dress in plaid root clothes. Thanks for following. Like Riley does in most of the posters. Oh my gosh. Where's plaid? Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Okay. Ears. Pierced. The website website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about Root, and none of it is relevant. Okay. Easy peasy. Okay, Rose has ears pierced. I see. Okay, so wait. Rose, middle, ears pierced. And then you. And then, you're the youngest, and you are Riley. And you are Rose. What? What do you mean? Did she change her name? Oh my gosh. He is. Not her name. Okay. And then we have Raina. Alright, back to the computer. We gotta search Rose. Because something happened. Rose Roottrees is not as popular as her older sister Raina, but still very well known. Most of the time, they're lumped together as the Roottrees sisters. Unfortunately, Rose doesn't need to anything. I know. Magazines, product lines, books. We're just towing the line of doxing them innocent people. Yes, I have looked out incredibly that everybody's name in this chat is incredibly common. Like, these are probably like the top 10 most common names in America, and so the line that to be towed is very wide. But yes. Let me try Root again because I must have missed something. It's just that that's not the name. Oh, wait. It seems that Brenda appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name. Carly Roottrees. Well, I thought you guys, in terms of Jackbox, I assumed that you guys wanted to play that closer to the end of the night. I mean, honestly, now that I'm started, we're not going to play that while I'm streaming, so... I mean, it's going to have to be at least, like, 2 hours from now. You know. David does have some wide toes, you're right. And you know what? That's probably his most identifying feature. Who looks Scottish? I don't want to hear any of that. Carly Roottrees. Carly. Why? Carly? Carrie. Carly. Alright, now we've got the names. We don't know who the spouse is. But we know that there is a... It's not TMZ, it's TMS. Shoot. Let me try that. TMS. It's common abbreviation for Heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on the soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role in the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he's been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use and more recently his relationship with Raina Roottrees. She was only 19 and he was 23. That's disgusting. Okay, so... And then we've got... Tommy Mark Sheridan, husband to Raina. Let's see. Tommy Thomas. Okay. The occupations now. What's her name again? Let's try searching. I mean, I don't want to. Right, modeling careers. Aren't they all models? Carly Roottrees planned on naming a son named Carl. Oh, Rose is her middle name. That's... What did I do? Oh my gosh. Okay, see. That's fun. And then who did I not search? Riley? Okay. I think if I just say they're models, right? I mean, that's what they were. I did it. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Oh, cool. That's good. You've also locked the following optional. Oh, it was optional. Booyah.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Okay.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
How big is it?
Was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
I'll probably just do it anyways.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree.
Okay.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
Okay, I mean, I don't even know what your name is. So... Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay, well, I mean, we know that there's Carl and Brenda. I'm assuming that the spouse would just be Brenda. And this would be Carl. I'm guessing. I have no idea what he would look like though. So This is an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because of the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same. Oh my god. Timer, sorry. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Okay, so we've got intuition. You've been in this line of work for a long time. How many clues are connected? Oh. 11 clues connected to this? Wow. 5 kids. So strawberry, cool chocolate, bad blue raspberry, awesome apple, power plum. Yeah. We have to. We can't not. Let's see. Yeah, see. There you go. Enjoy. Okay. Let me go back to this. So the creator had 5 kids. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's the only person with 5 kids is this up here. So this is the creator. I mean, someone else made this. This was made by Lady Oaks. Not by us, though. Okay, so. And this is just general observations. So, 5 piece made by is it called the head of the family tree? By the origin of the family tree.
Like jazz.
Unsure which one though. And then there's 11. 5 flavors are not the same as back then. We will get to that.
When will this nightmare end?
Never. You're showing off your massive stash of honey. I know. I have infinite though, at the moment.
You like jazz? 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 You like jazz?
It works because there's a little bit of jazz in David is confused. This game is kind of jazzy. So, this is the list of notable Roottrees. The person who hired you gave a list and said everyone be found easily via your search engine. So yeah, we'll find Carl. 35 clues.
Jazz.
You need to teach David about Twitch? It's easy. It's just, I mean, I just feel like he isn't the type to like watch people play games or whatever. He doesn't seem like the type. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6th. This might be someone. Anyways. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers are looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test to give you a review of the... Yeah. Okay. So, let's look up. Oh, I have more things. Oh, books. Periodicals. Okay. Let's just look up Carl Roottrees. Carl Roottrees died in the recent plane crash along with his wife, Brenda Roottrees, and their daughters, president of the Roottrees Candy Company. Right. So we can highlight this and put it in the things to search page. I'll put it here. That's what I want. Okay. As well as the clothing company Root, yes. December 6, 1998. It is with heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, and the Roottrees sisters and other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of those accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned highly the Watchman of the Year title. Okay. Watchman of the Year? Business Watch. Oh! Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They've been around for 100 years in one form or another and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to a prominent businessman who's furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchman of the Year. Business Watch does not host any online archives, though you may be able to find individual articles through a periodical. Okay. So, Carl, can I say that you're a businessman? Or what do I say? Oh, President. I see. I see. Oh no. Okay. Maybe the periodical Business Watch with Carl Roottrees. Oh! Wait. This is Carl. I see. Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is a magazine for and about corporate leaders, and he goes on to cover He was chosen not for his work at Roottrees, but a clothing company, Root. Before they married, Carl's wife, Brenda, was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin Jim. Carl's cousin Jim. A notable singer. Oh. There we go. That's what I want. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands, seeing the demand. Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr., who had just become president of the Roottrees at the time, spearheaded Root. Oh my god. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, the rest of the family changed their tune. They repaid the investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way first ones did. Raina became their Cadillac's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Okay. So now we got Jim. But we've got his photo. I just don't necessarily know what I would call his, if he'd be like one of the presidents or what. But Carl and his second cousin, oh god. Okay. So this is your parent, this is your aunt, this is your cousin. This would be a second cousin. But we just don't know. And why is this in red? Oh, they split up. Interesting. Split up, split up. Okay. This is gonna be a lot. And then we have Carl's cousin, Jim, who is a notable singer, but we don't know which cousin it is yet. Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had become president at the time. Family trees use surnames from birth even if they change their name. Always use most recent occupation. Okay. Let's, oh gosh, look up check snap. Nice. Batman glasses. We'll look up Jim. James is a singer. Can I edit it? No. Jim Roottrees equals James. Singer who sings in the duo Jim and the Diamond with his wife. Jim and Diamond. Wife is Diamond LaRue. A one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. It is now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes majority of songs, plays guitars, and often sings, Diamond is centered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and 90s. Other albums are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a recluse and hasn't made public appearance since 1996. So we know that the cousin who's married. So... Oh. Okay, those are pictures. I'm assuming it would be this person then. Wait, I want the closest. Are we ready?
We're rolling on down to the city.
Wait, as seen in MMM, only the great grandson of Elias Roottrees could make a disco this. Okay. Elias Roottrees is the great. I'll do this. Jim Roottrees is the great grandson of Elias Roottrees. Oh. Alright, Rolling Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East. Golly gee. Unless pop culture tricked them into caring, somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of the play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play the oldies. The image is from an auction. It was sealed copy. It has a sticker that says only the great grandson of Elias Roottrees can make disco this sweet. Nice. I can highlight that. That's nice. It is credited to Peter Janowicz from MMM. I don't know if that's something. Music and lyrics by Jim. Vocals by Jim and Diamond. Jim is on the notable root list. Lyrics of the song contain no clues. These are just the lyrics. Okay. So he is an old person. It confirms that this is going to be James Roottrees, and he was a singer or like musician. I'll say musician, and it's him. And then we have Diamond LaRue, who is this. Okay. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree, completely correct. Okay. Maybe it's not musician? I think it is. Okay, let me search Diamond LaRue. This is the same. Okay, great grandson. So, okay, so this is your dad. This is your grandfather. Oh, so Ellie. Yes. So it tells you. Oh, we don't know which Gwyneth that is. So let me search that then. Elias Roottrees was the founder and first president. Let me lock that in. First president. Ooh, here's a picture of Elias and Gwyneth taken in 1909 after they founded the Roottrees Company, but before it was a success. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. So, Elias and Gwyneth start the family tree and are founders of the Roottrees Candy Company. Seems difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Elias and Gwyneth are the notable Roottrees. Yes. Anything else? No, it just looks like an old photo. Cool. Well, that is easy. Elias, Gwyneth. How do I, oh, current music. Okay. I see, okay. I don't know how, let me look at this again. Okay. So, is this not locked in? Like, these are locked in. We don't know his occupation yet. Elias is credited for inventing 5 pieces. Before that, the farm he inherited only produced syrup. After 5 pieces became widely successful, Elias spent his time and energy cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. There are more quotes about Elias from a book. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there's a long list of accomplishments and awards. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Yes. We knew that, though. So, we've got S. Williams, book title, Family Man. Can I just do that? Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Well, maybe I can search S. Williams. Lived just outside of Miami, died tragically young in a major hurricane. Poorly received book. Okay. Scratch that then. Maybe. Well, I'll keep it. Let me search Roottrees Candy Company. Did I already do that? Lots of results. Yes, for reasons that aren't explained, it has no CEO and no stakeholders. Instead, it's run by a president with input and votes from extended family. Every president has been A direct. Oh. So that's good, because his current position would be the president. Okay. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. You've also locked the following optional entries. Booyah. Wonderful. I think, was she not like a farmer? It's fine. Okay. Good progress so far. Dang. Okay, so there's more profile pictures for Diamond LaRue, there's more for Carl, more for James. Every president has been a direct descendant. So probably 5, 4, 3. Oh no, wait. But if he's the 5th, interesting. Who is your father? Okay. Let's close this out. Anything else? Does this... Notable people, easy to find online. We got Elias and Gwyneth, Gwen, Red, Lauren, Miracle Jr. Okay. We've got Elias and Gwyneth. Gosh, that is resonant. We've got Red Root Tree. I'm just writing this down, it's a little bit easier. Lauren, Root Tree, and Miracle Jr. Gwyneth? No, I think we're done with Gwyneth. Let's do Red Root Tree. Oh, Aloysius Herring Root Tree. Red equals Aloysius Herring Root Tree. Was appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. Oh, not really related. Last name is a coincidence. I don't know if that's true, but if someone was on the family tree who was just a coincidence, I don't know what that would look like. What does this mean? Oh, adoption. Okay. Well, that's cool to know. Things to search. What about Lauren? Author. Distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. According to the website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. to little fanfare. I will say that could be a thing to search, though, under that name. When our publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars, oh, that's already saved, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to cope with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and to look into life into previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottrees, included Romance in Court. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels under what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. Okay. Also, Lauren Roottrees also books. Oh my god. Romance in Court and Court Jester. So, can I just do Lauren Roottrees? Would that work? Oh. Romance in Court. Inspiration from one of her brother Clancy's lectures. Lauren Roottrees has a brother named Clancy. And we have Court Jester. Nothing there. And A Life Between Wars. Oh, I got some stuff printed out. Printing diaries. Oh. Seems you've hit the jackpot here. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that have a full-page, high-quality pictures. A summary of the contents, photos, as well as particularly relevant entries have been added to evidence. Oh, it's cute. Red herring. Oh, wait. So, okay, we'll come back to that. Does the red fish show up on here? Or no? No, does not look like it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have lots of pictures. We've got pictures galore. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were the only 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose, to stop the tantrums, they posed in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendoline. I found out years later that they never took a second photo. So, I think these are like the 5 oldest kids. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. I'll take all these little pictures here. Golly gee. Lauren's diary contains labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered in the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted in the 4 of us stand together, so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filtering behind and in front. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we included Sam, even if I didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it was fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all those years. Okay. We'll figure that out. And then we got these people. Oh my gosh. The below are notes and observations he made while skimming through Lauren Rootree's diary pages. Lauren Rootree is a notable Rootree and marked in the chart with a star. Book was published then, and then loss of her husband Jacob. And a husband named Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II. Well, a lot of people are deceased on the thing. This left her to raise together a son named Clark. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. Lauren only had one child. So that might be good to know for the deduction. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Okay. Her mother's family was called the Cossels, but she hardly never mentions them. Her father's always referred to as Pop. Was that... Oh, okay. Lauren's father was head lawyer for Candy Pump. Save. Things to search. I'll just search. Just do that. It's clear from the context the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of the family. And there we go. Whoops. Delete. Let me just do this. Okay. Next. Oh, golly gee. Actually. Okay. The 5 pieces. The first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was this generation. Lauren's father was a lawyer. And then, okay, so Lauren is in the second row and had one child. So Lauren, that's not Lauren, that's not Lauren, that's not Lauren. Ooh, Lauren could be a couple of different people. Yeah, whoosh, okay. That sucks. Okay. Jacob's deceased son named Clark. Okay. What about head lawyer? Roottrees lawyer. Oh, Clanced Trust. What about that? It's a highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the head lawyer at the time. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussion about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. The account is created for each blood relative at birth, first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never been disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. The Clans Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances. Still, there's been a few situations in which family members have tried to forcefully remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague, since they're handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently has a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus RR. While looking into the Clans Trust, you often find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect. Oh, okay. Let me search this right away. The 5-piece guarantee, in combination with the Clans Trust, was Elias Roottree's attempt to ensure that the Roottrees company would remain in the family business for eternity. In isolation, it's somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of the Roottrees president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. Combined with the Clans Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits, that he would have vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart or successful decision is widely debated. Okay. Can I search? I don't know. Gosh, I don't know what. If I can just search here. Roottrees versus RR. A student that attended the lecture wrote about it following the legal oddities. From what you can tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. It is said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, and second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow member. That's fun. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clans Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant without completely dissolving the trust. Interesting. Okay. Well, this is getting a lot of people. Oh my god. Okay, let's just keep going through these entries. I think that'll be good. Lauren Roottrees, written in 1953. Gwen, who is on the notable Roottrees list. Everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, memes. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. I don't wait. Okay, so Lauren... Oh, let me just edit this one. Lauren, is it saying that Lauren has... three younger brothers? Because Because if that's the case, the only person who could be Lauren is this one. And Lauren had a husband named Jacob. And this is a diary, right? So this would be Lauren and Jacob? I think. And she was an author. Okay. And then has a brother named Clancy. We don't know which one though. Had a son named Clark. And then Lauren's father, which I'm assuming is this one, would be lawyer. And then rank, because this is younger, so 3 younger. I'll keep that for now. Gwen, we don't know how Gwen is related though. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, so maybe Gwen might be. I wish I could just like add to this. Lauren and Gwen might be cousins if Aunt Margot is Gwen's mom. I hope she would be the sister I never had, and then I do the same for her. I even had to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Oh, yes. Now she's off living a glamorous life while I'm here stuck with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be starlit and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first Roottrees woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I've been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I'm also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry. Unlike countless other widows, if any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwen. Okay, so Gwen is on the lucky person list. Things to search. Let me edit this. RR is probably Red Roottrees, but anyways. But now we need to search for Gwen. Gwen Roottrees? Is that the name? Oh gosh. You find some information on the website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site's not very well organized and the search is broken. Gwen Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appears in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Gwen Roottrees, actress, public divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of and Christmas Mission. Oh. Widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know, trivia? Gwen was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took... Wait. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name. Interesting. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Gwen should not have been named Roottrees. Oh. I'm understanding it more now. Never mind. Gwen. Yes. She has a star. Okay, so Gwen is cousins. And has been divorced. So it's probably this one. Gwen. Actress. Wait, what was her public divorce again? Okay, we don't know actually. She shouldn't have been named. Her father took her mother's famous name. So Margot, and then the father is someone not a Roottrees though. So if I do Margot Light Roottrees, was that how you spell it? Margot? Oh, just one T. We don't know yet. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Okay. Yes. Okay. Dynasty. Focuses on the day her grandfather, Elias, announced he would step down as president and then in the meeting to determine his successor. Okay, hold on. So, if I do names, Lauren has a brother named Clancy. So Clancy's the brother. I wish I'd been a fly on the wall. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious. None of his sons would take over as president. Okay. With architects, preachers, lawyers, nobody's got time for candy, so with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with the branch of the family since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the only one who volunteered. Clancy? Lauren's younger brother, Clancy, volunteered to be president. But it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn son. Zach is the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad's has always had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. Okay, hold on. So Zach, what is this? It's oldest. So this is the firstborn of the first 5-piece. So this is the first 5-piece. This is Zach. Zachariah, probably? I'm guessing. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of all of us. But he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back, maybe they wanted it to only go to a member of the family who looks like he sampled the product. Okay. Apparently, Zach looks like he eats candy. That's what it says. It's all. I mean, it's clues. It's clues. But now I don't know if he's Zach or Zachariah. An entry titled Sam. You learn that Ellie's Roottrees had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in the family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Why Sam? I have so many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had brothers or two, but when I was told trim their branches from the family tree, so why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including the Miracle Boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't realize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when they asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Okay, Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past old Anderson Farm. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all 3 are in the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently when he was riding his mini bike along the farm, Sam gave him old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider cozied into family affairs. Okay, that doesn't help me that much. Clark's getting married. And Danielle is not much older. Danielle. They split up, but that's okay. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists, dancers, and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has discipline is Carl. But that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we ever lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. What? Pop seemed to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Edward equals brother. Lauren has another brother named Edward, but I still don't know the order. As for me, my first published book swashbuckled my heart. It's based on private stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he might be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all. Right. That's true. Zach is president number 2. And wait, Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so she can meet her kids. But the free spirits, in any other family, they'd all end up in the streets, even Clark. Okay. And then Zach has a sister with twins. Okay, so we know... Well, they both seem to... Well, we know this is Zach, we just don't know what his full name is. Oh my god. Gwen. I don't know what this means. I feel like I should easily be able to figure out who Carl's dad is. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Let me see, what was I gonna be searching? Things to search. Yeah, let's look up that book. Learn a Roottrees. Swashbuckle my heart. Okay, we can delete that. I think we can delete that too. Oh, right. What was it, like Jester? Okay, wait. Romancing Court. Out of print. And Court Jester. Okay, cool. Maybe we can search Lauren Rafferty. Yeah. I'll keep that just in case. This we can delete. Oh, alias Roottrees. Ah, we got something. Okay. What did we get? Oh, look at him. Okay. Wow. We've got another photo for you. Elias Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936. The magazine was voted specifically for recognition of 5 pieces. Okay. 1908, forms the candy company, marrying his wife. Had a daughter. The first of 5. Okay. So, the oldest... I'll just say this. First gen Elias and what's her name? Gwyneth. Second gen first child. I say woman. That's all we know so far. 4 more follow, leading to immense 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is based on the initials. 5 flavors based on the initials of 5 children. 1 flavor per child. Pittsburgh, New England. New recipe and flavor is finalized and the candy begins nationwide. Roottrees Company purchased every available maple farm with the help of son Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architecture firm. There's a junior, god damn it. Elias Roottrees Jr. architect. God. Okay, there's a junior. Elias is going to pivot to ensure his company's legacy with the clan's trust rate. I guess I can search that again. I don't know if I've ever actually searched that. Okay, so... Oh no. Let's search 5. Can I? Zip pipe. 5 pieces. Okay, there we go. Small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies. Tastes have changed. history of printing advertising website that claims. Oh. Can I search? No. Okay, Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2, Charles Lee. I will highlight that and then go to the library. Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Okay, it says, with the addition of hindsight, you can see everything wrong. Includes print advertisements. So, got this advertisement. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, CE is for cinnamon extract, M is for melon. And introducing M for miracle berry. Miracle. Okay. Inspired by our children, miracle berry is a burst of beautiful blossom blended berries. Miracle baby. Miracle. I'm assuming the first miracle. And shoot, not that, that's too much. Okay, so we've got grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon, miracle berry. Now, it might not be miracle for miracle, but let's see. M. We've got cinnamon extract. We've got elderberry, and then we've got grape. Gwendoline? Could it be Gwendoline? CE. Okay. Yeah, so this has, 5 clues. For sure. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. It's too much. C. I don't see an E. C, E, This is tricky. There's too much going on. The first generation children. RR attempted to remove fellow family member from trust. First child is a woman. We know. And it's probably Gwendoline. I'm gonna assume it's Gwendoline. And then we have this picture. This is the 5 pieces. Angie and I wanted to be in the photo with Mr. Morden. They never took a second photo. So which one of you? Which one? There's 2 options for Gwendolyn. I don't know. Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. Morden. Huh. Can I search Gwendolyn yet? Tree. No. Okay, what else can I search? We can delete this. We can delete this. We can delete that. Carl's cousin Jim. Do we know that yet? Carl's cousin named Jim Roottrees, notable singer. We've got that. Carl and Ernie Jr. I'm just gonna delete all of these things that I know for sure. Red herring. Lauren has a brother named Clancy. Clancy... Wait. Clancy Edward Roottrees has a father. This is Elias. Oh. Oh, no. Clancy Edward Roottrees, who was Elias' son. Well, it would be Junior. Right? Elias Roottrees Jr. Historical buildings, an old residence, a hush house. Oh, no. Library, no periodicals, business. Dang it. Okay. Right. You must be... Oh no, they were not standing in order. But does Elias land on the elderberry? Yeah. Wait, no. This one, Elias C, because of the cinnamon extract. Oh, come on now. Elias C Roottrees. Interesting that Elias Jr. Okay. Gwen was an only child, we know that. Margot. Lauren and Gwen would be, yeah, yes, we got that. Gwen, actress, public divorce. Okay, let me look up those movies, maybe. Guys Like Us. Is a 1953 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with a client. Starring Gwen Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. The title is a play on words, as it can be read that two women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fond of them. Okay. What about Christmas Mission? Flops. It's a war movie about World War I, released in 1955. Poor reviews, lost studio money. The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events have ever been found. So then let me search Leslie Florence. There isn't even a did you know? Harrison Lane. Oh, here we go. His largest role was the villain in Western Frontiers. Studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother. Western Frontiers has no connection. Harrison Lane might be a dead end. Married his high school sweetheart. Oh. I'm gonna look up Western Frontiers anyway. No. Okay. Great. Dead end. I thought maybe they got married at some point. Let's see. Right, there was a... Yeah, we know this, though. But who was your husband? Okay, let me look up Miracle Jr., because that one... Let's start fresh. Miracle... doesn't go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he's shortened it to Miracle Jr., a televangelist who is part of the Miracle Network. Oh no. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in the northeastern United States, according to the website called Clergy Watch. Another thing to look up. He was exposed, oh my god, and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. The news exposed revealed that his wife Edith's sister in disguise. Alright, Miracle Jr. is a real name. Wife is Edith. Not well known before the scandal. Not full name. Some Miracle Junior. Could be you, Miracle Junior. What would you be? What would you be called? A preacher? And then we've got Edith. I've got something. Yeah. It's bare bones. Witness the testimonies of Miracle's Roottrees. Miracle Roottrees arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named his Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. With birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Roottrees arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottrees name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Okay, cool. So we've got a flyer. It says Miracle. A flyer for 3 Generations of Miracles tour. Oh, there's 2 pictures. Oh no. Miracle Jr., who is said to be world famous and gets top billing. Miracle Jr. is notable. Miracle Roottrees will make a special appearance. Miracle III and his wife Nicole. Okay. So... Yay! Oh yeah.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion.
Oh.
I also found some important-looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
9 more. Wow. Well, and then we know we have Miracle the Third, who is this guy right here. Did it say that he was also, a pastor as well? Or a preacher, yeah. With wife Nicole. Nicole, something. Oh. Okay. Cool. Well, how is this different? Oh, this is, okay, that's an update. This photo is tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda. I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's tradition to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work that you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it's impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills, though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list. The company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went without said at the time. Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that was no coincidence. It happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. I will have to revisit this. I do not know who that is. Okay. Oh! Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back is, couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you wealth in Paris. Gwen and the boys. He looks older. Film school. Okay. Vote for Stephanie Jones. It was buried under a ton of mail that Carol, why do I keep saying Carol? Carl left in his inbox. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message is simply, love is our future. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. Okay. Don't know who that is yet. Oh, and then we've got all of these. I have no idea who any of these people are. Like, he's the pastor dude at the time. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate the old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Oh, okay. On the back of the photo, in childless print, it says November. There's also a large number of cursive signatures, include Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendoline, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli. So Carl is in the mid. This is Carl. Carl. This one? Yeah. Okay. James Miracle Jr. Okay, I guess there's oh, this one. stars that I haven't gotten to yet. No, I don't think so. Let me search a Miracle Third. Ew. Okay. Clergy Watch. I don't think I've looked at that yet. Oh. Okay. So, did I get his wife, Edith? Yes. I did. Oh boy. Did I look up this book? I did. I can delete this. Okay. Is this Watch Magazine? We have that. Roottrees Candy Company, yes. Watchman of the Year, that's fine. Let's search Peter Jack. I don't even remember why I have. A music critic. Ah. Went out to, okay. And I can look at that now. And I could look up, who's the singer? I could look up James Roottrees. Are we sure? What about Diamond LaRue? I guess she was probably... Here we go. The LaRue sisters got their start doing session work for their great uncle's record label. Back then they were credited as the Lucky LaRues. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces. If you're looking to release an album, youngest Kim is about to step in the problem. Okay. But that didn't, But they didn't have anything for James? Oh, I did search Client's Trust. Was there a different name of their band? Jim! Right, he went by Jim. Reluctant hitmaker, Jim goes into his first band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C&J plus J&D with my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Okay. I'll say James, Jen, Roottrees, and Clark spent time together. Clark never knew his dad. So he could be pretty young, I suppose. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her younger... Oh. Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told rolling is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said like he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction. I don't mind saying this because he'd agree. For most of the decade he was a mess, but he's lots happier now. He started Raffertunes. He's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is the massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All his old ad campaigns were hung over the walls. I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Raffertunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. Inspiration. Below that's more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. When his wife was trying to get his youngest Katrina to calm down for a picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. He found a photo on the Raffertunes website. Clark was in the department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. Katrina is his youngest. Clark. So wait. I'm confused now because I thought Clark would be up here with two children and there's nothing. Oh, no, not Clark. Clancy. Oh, I messed up. Lauren has a brother named Clancy. Oh, York. Ah. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Okay, this is the mess. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to this. We've got... This is the guy. This is Clark. And what would we say that he is? I cannot remember. Advertising? Is that a thing? Yes. I'm assuming that then... God. this one is the active wife. And Katrina, well, Katrina and Jessica. And then it says, oh, was trying to get Katrina to calm down, so this is probably Katrina then. I mean, they're so young. Do they need one? Can I just say, like, child? Or I can say student. Say they're not working. Okay. I will say that you are a student as well. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. And I'm not even touching this side of the map yet. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna call it here though, because I think we did make a lot of progress. I really like this though so far. Let's see, if this, it took me like 2 hours to do this, I will imagine that it will take me maybe 2 more streams. So like four more hours, maybe 5. It's just that, you know, because it's a lot of text, it just makes my throat hurt, you know? So, I know them. Right, I don't have her because I don't know which Gwyneth. That's the problem. We just know it's Gwyneth. Yeah, so I'm really intrigued. This is messy, but it's also like, I like the drama, like Clark fooling around with Diamond's young sister, like, that's, you guys are in the same family tree, that's messed up. But anyways. Oh, I can't wait, I'm excited.